the cake. You ain't got the ass in when you see me, no straight. GTLVO, we back again, we gon' back. Just a little 10 piece for it, just to blow it in the mall. Doesn't mean that we involved. I just put a Richard on the card. I ain't going playing ball, but I shoot. Got to do it if you really from the ball. Take a fall and you think you get the ball and I'm punching. Need you to go away. Still going down anyway. Saw you last night, but didn't go.
Listening to DJ.
Three, two, I let one go.
Welcome to the desert here in Phoenix, Arizona, where the best of the best beach volleyball players are battling out for supremacy on the sand. We're here at Footprint Center in downtown Phoenix, Arizona for the 2022 AVP Phoenix Championships. Hello and welcome inside center court. I'm Dane Bland alongside Cameron Irwin, and wow, we have some fireworks for you. It's been a battle all week long. On the men's side, we have the final. The number 3 and number 4 seeds going up against each other. The number 1 and 2 seeds have been eliminated, and this is going to be a big one as we take a look at the road to the men's final.
So here is how the final has shaped up. You have the kid, Miles Partain, just 20 years old, playing alongside Paul Lotman. They are a one-time winner in 2022 and a one-time winner in each of their careers. The other side is going to be Taylor Crabb and Taylor Sander. Look at the fireworks from this duo. This is Miles Partain. He's a southpaw, plays the right side, loves to option, can jump set. Is just an incredible all-around talent. And they bring so much chemistry, having played several competitions together and through a few seasons. But a team who has not played multiple seasons together, well, the team on the other side, Taylor Sander and Taylor Crabb, in their first season, they've been so close this year to picking up a title together. This could be the one to close out 2022. They beat 2 teams to get to this point, and man, do they look physical and very, very strong coming into this final.
Well, we are set to go. Let's find out a little bit more about our star players. Let's head down to the sand to Mark Sherman.
One more time, ladies and gentlemen. What a couple of days it has been. And I think we have all got one more in us. We have got 4 of the most entertaining, high-flying guys out here. Phoenix, are you with me for one more match? Yeah, baby, let's do it. And let's meet the boys. Oh my goodness, like, if you're just looking at the warm-ups, you see how these guys were attacking at the net, just straight down, straight back up, and they are locked and loaded and ready for their first win together on the AVP. This first guy coming out of BYU, representing Team USA at the Olympic Games, taking his talents to the beach here in the Footprint Center. He is Taylor Sander. And his partner out of Honolulu, Hawaii, in Long Beach State. Ladies and gentlemen, you love to watch him. He will entertain you from start to finish. He is Taylor Crabb. Oh, and look at these two. Just the anticipatory focus from this young man. He is unbelievable at just 20 years young. Always, constantly ready for that next moment on the balls of his feet. Because, ladies and gentlemen, he does things that you can only dream of doing. Let me hear it for the kid, Miles Partain. Oh, you think he likes being indoors here at the Footprint Center? You are getting that much higher and that much farther over the net. An absolute stud for Team USA back in 2012 at the Olympic Games. And oh my goodness, what a turn this guy's career has taken here on the beach. Let me hear it for Paul Lotman.
Well, alrighty, the table's set. Thank you, Mark Sherman. Number 4, Paul Lotman and Miles Partain on the right side. On the left side, the number 3 seed Taylor Crabb and Taylor Sander. These teams have met 3 previous times before. Crabb and Sander have won them all, Cameron.
So close, though, in a couple of those. It goes all the way back to New Orleans. It was a 3-set battle. Then it was Fort Lauderdale, another 3-set finisher at 17-15. And then they met one more time in Manhattan Beach. Crabb and Sander, just 2-point separation in those 2 sets. It's going to be a good one.
Here comes Miles Partain, the 20-year-old out of UCLA. How about the rip right down the little alley, we'll call it. Taylor Crabb, so crafty. Is the 6-foot Taylor Crabb. His partner, Taylor Sander, joining the AVP this year. And still looking for his first victory. That's Taylor Sander. Partain blasts it, but it's dug by Taylor Crabb, and it results in a point. Wow.
Fireworks to get going. 2-0 now for Crabb and Sander. Take a look back at this one. Just an absolute threaded attack right there down the line. Just a little extra something. Taking a kill all in one.
Taylor Sander, known for that tough jump serve. And also known for stuffing balls up at the net. And wow, did he get up and over there. Great
heads-up play by the blocker there. He knows that Miles Partain had just taken a shot down the line, so he's going to go the opposite direction, trying to find space, and he drops an angle with the 4 block. Nice job by Taylor Sander.
Misses that one right there, but I was just thinking after those couple of spectacular plays by the Taylors, that does not bode well for the opposition. They love those firework plays. They love the emotion and really getting into it. Taylor Sander and Taylor Crabb do. They started off on fire. Here's a rip by Lotman. Partain is all over it, but he kind of shanks the free ball. Can he convert? No, just out of bounds. Cameron, it looked like he was going to pass that ball easily, but then it
I actually think he got there too quickly. I think he got past the ball too early, and it ended up on the opposite side of his body. I think he thought the shot was going to come out a little bit cleaner, and it caught him off guard on the opposite side of his body.
I think everybody wishes they had that problem, that they could actually be too fast and show up. But that's a great explanation, because it looked like it was going to be an easy play for him.
And it would have been had he just slowed down.
4-2, Sander and Crabb early here in set number 1 of the men's championship final. Roll shot, left-handed stab. It's up by Partain. And then he bangs it down the line. Wow, the kid.
And just when you think you've seen one great play from Miles Partain, he puts 2 together. This first contact, look at how he scoops that, adding backspin, pulling that off the net so that his partner, Paul Lotman, can toss up one like that. Even there, he's falling backwards. You think maybe take some pace off, plays it safe. Not anymore for Miles Partain.
I think what was most impressive is after that dig, he got a little bit of an approach. Oh, Taylor goes high for the hands, and Taylor Crabb gets him.
I was going to say, watch out if you're sitting in the VIP right there. That thing was a rocket.
That was a missile right into the crowd. If you're eating your popcorn, not paying attention, that could be a wake-up call.
Thundering contacts right there. From the serve, that first pass, well managed, and then again, another solid swing from Miles Partain, who finds himself with an open net. You start to see some of these spread offenses and then pulling into the angle for Taylor Sander. I don't know, if you're going up against Miles Partain, you might have to stay a second longer up there at the block.
Goes Paul Lotman, 6'7". Ball into the net, make it 6-4, Sander and Crabb.
When things start to turn the right direction for Lotman and Partain, more often than not, it's found at the block of Paul Lotman. He can start to turn some points that way. That's how they found themselves in this final here.
Yeah, Lotman and Partain, they rely a lot on the option play. That last play, Lotman forced it a little bit, and it was an overpass, and now a tough serve by Taylor Crabb.
It's back-to-back right there in terms of service pressure from Taylor Crabb. Traditionally, he just kind of tosses that ball over to the other side, relying on his defense. But right now, he's tossing it to the side of the court where there's a little bit of a draft, according to a lot of these players. And the ball has a tendency just to have the bottom fall right out of it.
Big bomb by Lotman on the left side to cut the lead to 3. His partner, Miles Partain, going back to serve. Lotman played in the 2012 Olympics. He's also an alternate, I believe, in the 2016 games. Quite a player out of Long Beach State. Here comes Taylor Crabb. Nice finesse roll shot over the top.
I don't know, Taylor Crabb's pointing to somebody in the crowd right now saying, hey, that one's for you, as you take a look at Taylor Crabb and Taylor Sander, what they have done this season. What's the one thing that's missing? Well, it's that title, that first place finish. Taylor Sander still looking for his first on the AVP Tour. Taylor Crabb already has a few to his name, 8 at this point in his career.
There's the on-2 by Partain, doesn't go down. And wow, Lotman sealing the line, nowhere to go.
Mark it up, there is one for Paul Lotman. 6'7" and using every inch of it right here. Gosh, he grabs that ball and it's hard driven.
Just a huge play right there. Remember what he was doing earlier in the earlier matches, those clutch blocks at very critical times. Here comes Taylor Crabb, left side. Roll shots dug by Partain. Lotman gives him a great set and just too much heat going cross court to Taylor Crabb.
And again, that's about the third time already early in this first set that we've seen Sander pull off the net on an out-of-system play with Miles Partain putting the ball away.
Gets 2 hands on that one, not an easy task.
Well, look at that, from about 5 feet off. You gotta be careful. The kid is taking some cuts at the ball.
Paul Lotman back to serve from the right side of that service line, ripping it down the middle. A little trickler. There's a nice kind of away from body shot by Taylor Crabb.
Taylor Crabb known to have so much range in his game offensively. You mentioned away from his body, he's got that. He also can go down the line. He's got all these shots that will find little angles underneath the edges of the block as well.
Miles Partain unleashing at the open net.
Hello, Miles Partain. That thing was wicked. He is so deadly because you don't know if he's going to go up and jump set that ball or if he's going to go up an option. He's choosing to make the decision in the air as to what he's going to do. That's remarkable.
Big bomb of a serve right there. Nice dig by Taylor Crabb. This rally continues. Soft control block by Taylor Crabb, who's in a blocking position. Finally, Sander gets up there, but it's Partain with the poke over the top.
I mean, what do you pick out on that rally? There was so many great moments.
Sander and Crabb up 11-9. This is the Wilson play of the day. There's the rip down the line. And look at that nice little set by Taylor Sander. But then Taylor Crabb soft blocking. He's just 6 feet, 6 foot tall, makes it happen. And then Miles Partain over the top. That was the Wilson play of the day. A lot of back and forth there. We said there'd be fireworks. And these 4 players have not disappointed. Sander and Crabb 11-9. And make it 12-9 after that strong side out by Taylor Crabb.
Technical timeout, 12-9 for Crabb and Sander.
12-9 the score. Sander and Crabb in the lead. Sander and Crabb in the lead here at the technical timeout. In set number 1 of the championship finals, Miles Partain in this Phoenix championship has been on fire.
He has been. I mean, you take a look from round number 1 into the semifinal. The total number of attacks 47. But what's truly impressive are the numbers just beneath that. 21 kills in the first round. 31 kills in that 3-set battle. That is a remarkable number. And then you look at the set 1 kills, 14 and 15 in each of those. So pretty phenomenal in terms of those efficiencies. This season, 33.5 in terms of attack. He leads the tour there. 19.5 kills, also leads the tour. And then 428 is that efficiency to pay attention to.
It's pretty incredible what we're seeing from Miles Partain. A bit of a changing of the guard of sorts this year, with Phil Dahlhauser starting to pull back. Jake Gibb fully retired. We just had Casey Patterson retired this week. So a new wave of athlete is coming. There's the 20-year-old Miles Partain, who really can do it all. Sets at UCLA. He is a setter. He makes that decision mid-air, like you said, Cameron.
I mean, you gotta be kidding me. Watch how he goes up. His ability to fake out the opposing block on the other side is just crazy. Going up to set that ball, this is gonna be the White Claw pure spike of the day, but it's set up right there by that buttery jump set, faking out the block on the other side. Again, the White Claw pure spike of the day.
Lotman and Partain trailing by 1, 11-12. Partain. Jump floats her from way back. Continue to target Taylor Crabb. Ball's up in the air, but can't be controlled by Lotman and Partain.
And we mentioned it in the semifinal for Lotman and Partain. Lotman, and well, one of the things you got to pay attention to is the fact that Partain in the backcourt, watch how he kind of jukes around as the opposing attack's coming his direction. He'll jump to the left, jump to the right, kind of trying to throw off that attacker in terms of where the defense is getting set up. Right now he finds himself up at the net, and he's blocking, nearly gets the stuff that goes through the uprights right there.
He tried to pull like a 3 block. You saw him start inside, then jump. He's no stranger to blocking on that right side, as he's done so well at UCLA. I think Lotman and Partain are going to call a timeout at 11-14. They want to take a little deep breath here and regroup. Middle of the first set here in the men's championship final. Taylor Sander and Taylor Crabb with a 14-11 lead over Lotman and Partain, who have called the timeout to think about things. Hitting percentage almost identical. Lotman and Partain hitting 429, and Sander and Crabb hitting 500. And Cameron, Irwin, what did Lotman and Partain need to do? It seems like they're playing spectacular, but then you look at the score and they're down by 3.
No, and you make a great point, right? You're seeing these spectacular plays come on their side of the net, but it's more about, at this point, consistency, right? You got to find those quick side outs, get that ball back as quickly as possible. And right now, Crabb and Sander have done a nice job getting a few extra points. Whenever they're serving, it's not just one ball, it's maybe 2, maybe 3. So you got to pay attention to some of those runs on the side of Crabb and Sander. Looking for that consistency to be the key here for that seed.
Ball into the top of the net, and that is exactly why you call that timeout. Break the momentum and possibly get an easy side out. Paul Lotman with a 32.4-inch vertical. That is his highest jump, and that is impressive. Great pass. Oh, Taylor Sander put a little extra on that.
With the ooh call. I did that pretty good, didn't I?
I was.
Listen to this one. He's howling out there.
I like it. Here's that option play. Just like that. Lotman and Partain get the ball back so quick and deadly is that shot.
And you got to pay attention as we switch sides here at 15-13. Right now, Miles Partain is attacking those balls out of the middle of the court, right? He's going back into the angle. They do have in their play an ability to have Paul Lotman push that ball all the way to that right side and expand that option play from a greater distance. So watch for that as this match continues.
Nice high shot over the top of the net. It's so interesting to think that Sander and Crabb have yet to win an AVP title. Wouldn't that be something special for them to win here in the AVP Phoenix Championships? Of course, Lotman and Partain won earlier in the year in Atlanta, but they would love to make it number 2.
And again, the serve and volley. The winner from Taylor Sander.
So smart by Sander to make sure that he didn't go over the net. This one is borderline, but he waits for the ball to get on top of the net before he smashes it down. And then a little pose on the land.
Little Rafa right there.
They're starting to feel it. This is where this team gets really dangerous, when they're celebrating their own shots.
Again, the fake out and the broad jump. Woo-wee.
That must be nice if you're Paul Lotman. You come in, you got a setter on the beach when you only have one blocker to fool, and he goes up and throws this fake, and it can freeze the blocker. That's what it did. Taylor Sander never even got off the ground.
And you saw his reaction right there, like, all right, well, that's just a good play. Like, hats off.
What are you going to do?
I need to see them do it a couple more times. It's worked twice.
It's funny, it's almost contagious when there's some shots going around. Right now, everyone's bringing it. They're just peppering the ball in or out, doesn't matter. All 4 athletes going for it. It's 18-14, Sander and Crabb with the lead.
That's rare. That's rare to have a ball hit in front of Taylor Crabb, who's already established defensively.
Gives you a little indication of the velocity and quickness of Miles Partain.
The trajectory, the downward trajectory of that ball.
Partain is on it. Gets 2 hands on the dig and then thunders it at the retreating blocker. Wow! Lightning quick movement by Miles Partain in the backcourt.
I mean, again, you can see this dig and you think, oh, there's only one way he can get this ball back over the net. Maybe he takes some pace off. Maybe he places it, looks for a shot. He's just swinging away. He's done it the entire set.
16, serving 18. Lotman and Partain trying to cut it to 1. Shank pass, you don't see that often, but wow, what a set from Taylor Sander from the back banners.
Taylor to Taylor, a thing of beauty right there. I love the fact that he trusts his partner, tosses this all the way up to the net. Look at the extension, kind of goes side body right there with the platform to get that all the way up to the right arm of Taylor Crabb.
That was an incredible play, and that's what differentiates good teams from great teams. This is a great team, able to get out of trouble even when they're out of system.
Right now causing some more trouble with that serve. Both Sander and Lotman have just been ripping the ball from the service line.
Nothing to hold back. This is the date that everybody circled on their calendar. They want to get this victory.
Wanting the double contact there were Taylor and Taylor.
Well, or they're just kind of planting the seed for down the line. It wasn't that bad, but they're just letting the ref know that they're keeping an eye on it themselves. Here comes the Lotman. Bombing right there, just out of bounds. And that'll do it for set number 1. So focused and locked in on that one. Wasn't even sure that the set was ending. So much fireworks going on the court. Sander and Crabb winning set 1, 21-17. Lotman and Partain playing high level. They're going to have to turn it around here in set 2.
At Corner Bakery, we're making your choice simple with Choose 2 options every day. Choose 2 of your favorites and turn a simple lunch into a perfectly paired meal. And we're not talking about a few Choose 2 options. Pair up any sandwich or panini, any cafe fresh salad or warm simmering soup, or any pan sauteed pasta. So many kitchen crafted options, so little time. Your perfect Choose 2 combination is waiting at the Corner Bakery.
Dear Mainland, aloha. My brother and I hear that most of you only disable your phones when you fly. You call it airplane mode. But maybe you don't have to get on a plane to get away, yeah? Allow my brother to demonstrate. You know what we call this? Kona mode. One life, right? Mahalo.
Longboard Island Lager and Big Wave Golden Ale from Kona Brewing.
It's the choices we make that define us.
Tryon Trevor is coming off a tough, heartbreaking loss.
And ultimately, the enemy is within. Some people want it, some wish for it, but others make it happen.
Tryon Trevor, super lethal, bringing fire and passion to the court.
How will you take charge?
The passion, the excitement, the story, the journey. We all love the game because of these things and so much more. Across the world with different backgrounds, different techniques, different skills and strengths, different cultures, they all work toward a common goal, an achievement that can never be taken away. No matter how or when you found the sport, the past has shaped the present, and legacies and journeys all lead to Holyoke, the birthplace of volleyball and the International Volleyball Hall of Fame, where the milestones and excitement aren't lost to the passage of time. They're captured and celebrated. Where the moments last forever, icons are immortalized, legacies are engraved on the wall, and legends never fade. Join us to honor the past, to celebrate the present, to look to the future. Who will be next?
Welcome back to center court here at Footprint Center. Set number 1 of the men's championship final is in the books. And it's Sander and Crabb winning 21-17. Look at those hitting efficiencies, Cameron.
I mean, nearly identical, and you have to love the offensive power you're seeing on both sides of the net. It's been electric. You mentioned that it almost goes back to back, right, with the amount of swings you're seeing. It's contagious on both sides, and both these teams showing up in that regard. But the digs, that one sticks out as well. 8-4, blocks at 1 apiece. Both these teams staying awfully close to one another. But right now, ultimately, Crabb and Sander have been very solid, whether it's the service pressure from Taylor Sander. He's been bringing it more often than not. That ball has been adding pressure. A lot of times you'll see him start to have piling up those errors, but it's all part of the game plan in terms of trying to bring that pace from the back line.
Yeah, that risk reward, really bombing and going for it in that first set. They had 2 aces to 0 on the other side. Crushing that one cross court.
You gotta watch how Partain, when he's receiving that ball, watch how he cushions it next time it comes his direction, because he's got his platform out nice and high at a high point, almost horizontal to the court beneath him, and he'll then cushion the ball, letting that platform fall all the way in towards his hips, keeping that on his side of the net. Unreal get right there.
Smart play right there. Everybody's been locked in, back on their heels, ready for the heat, and that time Taylor Sanders rolling it to the corner.
I love that shot right there from Sander. To your point, everyone's been bringing the heat, the change of pace. You see the numbers right now for Taylor Crabb. 0 hitting errors, 8 total kills for him.
Late decision to go over. Taylor Sander didn't know what happened. I think he took his eye off the ball, and of course expecting a clean hit. Just a dribbler. He'll take what you can get. A kill's a kill.
Almost ended up on his shoulder.
Here comes Paul Lotman. Cross court. And that ball out of bounds. I don't believe there was a touch.
Miles Partain going over there saying, no, 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 that's a little bit out there. To your point, Crabb with, or at least looking for the side out in terms of who's seen the majority of the side out opportunities. It's been Lotman on their side, as well as Crabb on the side of Crabb and Sander. It was 12 total serves that each of them saw. Crabb earned 4 real points. Lotman earned 5. As a team in set number 1, 59% was the efficiency in terms of that side out percentage for Lotman and Partain. 71% on the side of Crabb and Sander. Again, that's the side out efficiency.
Comes Crabb, and he's going for the high hands. That ball way out of bounds down the line. And just like that, Lotman and Partain out to a 4-1 lead. Strong jump serve by Lotman. Drop shot by Sander. And a big cross-court hit by Miles Partain. Taylor Crabb tried a kind of a cute little drop shot. Somehow Partain got a hand on it.
And it's going to be interesting to see if Miles Partain sticks with those heavy swings. Right now, they continue to work in his favor, so why would you go away from him? But it's also important to note, because he's swinging so much, there are going to be other opportunities for him in terms of that shot selection.
I completely agree with you. The more you swing, the more the defense is expecting it. Opens up so many different options. Such a creative player is Miles Partain. 16 attacks for Partain, 12 kills, hitting 625. Lotman hitting 667. Those are very high hitting percentages. If they can keep that up here in the second set, they're going to be in good shape.
In terms of service errors now, Taylor Sander, I believe at that 4-point mark in terms of misses. Just to 1 ace.
Nice dancing float serve right there by Partain. Passed well by Taylor Crabb and put away, but that's mixing it up right there. 6-3. Lotman and Partain. High hit right there.
And again, Miles Partain just continuing to kind of chisel either around the block or through the block, adding another kill in. You see the service errors now. Taylor Crabb, Taylor Sander, 4. Miles Partain and Paul Lotman, 5 service errors. 0 aces. Nice quiet platform.
Taylor Crabb getting his work in for sure, getting quite a bit of serves. That seems to be the target of choice for Lotman and Partain.
Well, I just love that you could actually hear the quiet touch of Taylor Crabb right there. There was a ton of pace on that ball. That speaks to how much he's cushioning and has got the contact there. Scoopy scoop from Taylor Crabb. He just shoveled up about 3 inches of sand as well as that ball to be that one there.
21 attacks for Taylor Crabb as opposed to his partner has 8.
And what's incredible too, see how he just goes down to his elbows? That's actually a function of him being able to now get back up, push back up off those elbows and knees to then have an attack. He could have gone full extension, but it would have taken him that much longer to get out of the sand.
Good point. As Taylor Sander rips that serve. And we'll talk a little bit about Taylor Sander, how he's brought this just unrelenting serve from indoor to the beach.
Well, you know, as much as we talk about service pressure on the beach, service pressure indoors, especially at the international men's level professionally, you have to get the team out of system because they side out at such a high rate. So you're going to see that really high error to ace ratio where those errors are going to be up there, but in order to even get a team out of system to have a shot, you got to bring it. So he has now brought that to the beach as well. So seeing those errors start to stack up is nothing to be shocked by or surprised. And I think once he continues to get more and more sand experience underneath of him, those will only start to diminish and those aces will continue to climb. He'll pick his spots.
Set number 2, Lotman and Partain hitting 800 compared to across the net. Sander and Crabb hitting 250. But still the score very close. Great line serve by Taylor Crabb. A little roll shot over the top of the net. So it seems like finesse seems to be the flavor of the minute here in the front.
That's a great point, right? So we talked about pairing off shots. So it's also about pairing off pace. You bring the heat, now you've got some soft stuff to work with.
There's Lotman. Big dominant serve. That one could have very easily been a trickler ace. It ends up just wide of the sideline.
You see Paul Lotman just trying to get a little reset there. I love that you can read the expression so well, these guys.
So many options with that offense, of having that option. It changes the entire dynamic offensively, having that ability.
But to make clean contact with that ball, the amount of spin on that, that's not easy to get a clean contact and a wicked swing.
Dealing with backspin, and then you kind of have to re-spin it forward with the snap. It's pretty incredible. And there's an error into the net. And Lotman has been putting up a seriously intimidating block, and it's caused a lot of offensive players to try to get around that block and then make some errors. monster block. Here's Paul Lotman up and over, stuffing Taylor Crabb. That's the Monster Hydro. Monster block, and the crowd absolutely loves it.
I was going to say, I think the crowd chose that highlight more than anyone else.
Taylor Sander steps over to take that one, take a little pressure off of his partner. Very smart move right there. Everything was going to Taylor Crabb, so a middle serve is there. And Taylor Sander shifts to his left. 12-9 here at the technical timeout. Lotman and Partain looking very strong. Look at the comparison of their set 1 versus set 2. Hitting efficiency, hitting 857 here in the second set, whereas Sander and Crabb are down to 167. So since the first set, they kind of went separate directions. Surprising that the score isn't a bigger differential. Out of the technical timeout, Lotman and Partain up 12-9.
You know, it's interesting. I was just looking through some of the numbers for Taylor Crabb, and what you might not realize, this is a guy who's got multiple titles, actually 8 of which on the AVP Tour, each of those coming alongside the legendary Jake Gibb. But we talk about him getting his first title with Taylor Sander. Taylor Sander getting his first title potentially here. Well, Taylor Crabb hasn't had a title on the AVP Tour since Waikiki back in 2019. So it's actually been just a little bit of a drought for him in terms of finding a title. And it's also important to note, you know, we had some different tournaments through 2020, a limited number, as well as in 2019.
Still, that's a really long time for Taylor Crabb.
For Taylor Crabb,
yeah,
somebody that plays at that level.
I would not have guessed it, but we have had COVID, we have had those limited years, but still.
Just 3 tournaments he played in 2021 and 2020. We're hearing lots of conversation about this one, though.
Yeah, they are hot. There's the throwdown right there, and a net violation is called by the umpire. Looked like immediately. Lotman and Partain not happy at all. These are some interesting times for Paul Lotman, because sometimes a call like this can really get him fired up.
And you are not wrong, Dane Glenn. Nostradamus strikes again.
Beautiful hit there to make the lead 14-10.
I love the fact that Paul Lotman is now getting involved in the option as well. Says, don't forget about me too.
Great quick hands by Lotman. Oh, did I hear a howl from Lotman?
Oh, I did hear a howl. And it's also important to note, we talk so much about Taylor Sander and the number of highlight reel swings we've seen from him. Look at this one. This is from Paul Lotman. And it's important to note, multiple of those highlight swings from Taylor Sander that have gone viral online. Guess who was the blocker on the other side of the net? It was Paul Lotman.
There's a big hit. You knew that Taylor Sander was coming back. But an interesting point when you say that, it's almost like getting dunked on. You don't want to be posterized.
It's true. Posterized in the game of volleyball.
Taylor Sander with 8 kills, hitting 700. And there's the option play by Miles Partain, making it look easy, up 16-11.
Yeah, and again, you think back to the option play, they start to expand that range, pushing the ball closer to that right side, and it's really having to force Taylor Sander to make a decision as to where to go. Does he go block the set in the option, or does he go block the attacker?
16-12 with switch sides. Lotman and Partain in the driver's seat here in the second set, but let's not forget that Sander and Crabb won that first set. This one looks like it is headed in the direction of a third set, but things can change very quickly. Here's Taylor Sander. Is a double contact. I don't think Lotman is going to argue. He actually gave a thumbs up, I saw, to the referee, and it's a smart move.
Yeah, shake that one off. Next play. He's wiping off his hands right now.
Nice pass by Miles. Can he get a hit? Yes, he can, but Taylor Crabb digs it. Jeez, Lotman's overhand digging is just phenomenal.
There was no one home at the net right there. Sander couldn't quite get himself back up to get a block in front of Paul Lotman. I love the fact Crabb digs this one, gets a shot, and then this overhead dig, like you mentioned. I think it surprised Taylor Crabb a little bit. Didn't expect him to be pulling off the net on a good set like that.
He has really nice technique, very quiet, like you like to say, when he contacts that ball.
Another block, closing down the line and facing the crowd.
Paul Lotman taking up a lot of space. Wow.
Look at how far he reaches outside of his body right there. He baits him into that swing, says, yeah, come at my line, and then shuts it down.
I don't know if I've ever seen Paul Lotman this fiery. It's awesome to see how engaged and focused he is. Trouble, this is going to be a free ball opportunity. Partain. He gets Lotman with nobody up. I think it surprised Lotman that it was so clear at the net. But wow, that's an opportunity missed. That's like...
That's danger, danger.
What's that the equivalent of? Like...
missing an open layup with no one around you.
Or a dunk.
Or a dunk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Missing a dunk. Fair. An uncontested dunk.
Yeah, that's fast break. Nobody even following you. It's a guaranteed point until you miss it. Miles Partain, 7 kills, 0 hitting errors. He's been on fire. That is a good look at Taylor Crabb, Long Beach State outside hitter, where he was the National Player of the Year, just at 6 feet tall, chopping down the Giants with crazy shots like that. It's a huge get out of jail with that set. That pass was in the back corner. Partain took his shot and then used it off and out of bounds. 20-15 here. Lotman and Partain 1 point away from pushing this thing to a third set. Thunderous hit. I believe it went off the face of Miles Partain. Taylor Sander unleashing. Crowd gas right there, but Miles Partain ready to shake it off.
He didn't even flinch. How?
That ball out of bounds. Yeah, Miles Partain might want to call a timeout, might want to slow some things down because I believe that hit really rattled him.
I don't know. Look at him right now. Looks tough as nails.
He might be tough as nails, but I guarantee you if that ball hit him in his face, he's probably having...
He's feeling it.
Yeah, he's feeling it. He's probably got a little blurred vision, a little watery eyes.
Well,
but you know what?
I'll also say he just went to the back line thinking he had another ball to serve. So look at the set 2 stats now as the number 4 seed picks up the second set. Miles Partain already up to figure out who will get that serve. 579. In terms of the efficiency, it was just an electric performance from Lotman and Partain. You think of the blocks from Paul Lotman, and you think of the fantastic swings as well.
Well, Lotman and Partain win set number 2, 21-17. That means more volleyball. We're going to the final tiebreak, third set. Well, it is not easy constructing the beach inside, but that's exactly what the AVP crew is capable of doing. 300 tons of sand brought in to construct center court, and it is a beauty, and the fans having an absolute blast.
An absolute blast, not only here in Phoenix, but also through the 2022 season. As you take a look at our winners throughout this one, you start all the way back in Austin, Texas. It was Andy Binish, Phil Dahlhauser. Then Phil goes back to back, but this time it's with Casey Patterson. Then Theo and Kane showed up, but the important one, these two guys winning in Atlanta. That's Paul Lotman and Miles Partain. The other team doesn't have their name on that list. That's that of Crabb and Sander, who are still looking for their first title together.
So first set, 21-17 in favor of Sander Crabb. Second set, 21-17 in favor of Lotman and Partain. Now in the third set, Dave Blanton and Cameron Irwin bringing you all the action here. And we have gotten all that we could have expected. A lot of fireworks, a lot of heat, a lot of velocity being thrown around down on center court.
And again, right there, there's a attack for Miles Partain without a block in front of him.
Looks like Miles is releasing forward. Hard to change direction. Little confusion. What a beautiful shot by Lotman.
And they've actually been testing that middle a little bit more from the second set and now even into the third. That's that of Taylor and Taylor. And I feel like when you've got two guys siding out at such a high clip, maybe try and find some of that miscommunication in the middle. See if you can force that out of system play.
Line to line serve. Great deception right there. You can tell was going to shoot that ball. He just didn't know where it was going to go.
Yeah, he comes in so aggressive with those feet every time, and you know Taylor Crabb has all the weapons that he needs to put the ball away. So you got to pay attention and respect the hard-driven ball, and that's where a lot of that deception comes in.
3-2, Sander and Crabb here in the third set of the men's championship final. AVP Phoenix Championship. And there is that offense. You know, if they get a great pass, Cameron, it's just so fun to watch in system.
Well, and it's so challenging. If you're Crabb and Sander, right, I was actually really stoked for Taylor Sander right there because he actually got in front of Paul Lotman instead. That was one of the first times when that jump set had happened where he got in front of the right attacker, but then just couldn't make the play over the top. So you got to take the positive from that, right? At least you're in front of the right attacker.
Trickler serve handled well by Sander. He thunders that one cross court. It looked like Lotman knew it was going there. He just couldn't do anything about it. (4-3) Sander and Crabb. They choose to go to Lotman. Lotman's passing the ball really well because his partner, Miles Partain, coming in and really having it his way.
Yeah, he can decide whether he wants to set his partner, jump set his partner for that matter, or take a swing. And that time he was even able to turn it back towards that line with a contested block out in front of him.
Shot, waterfall shot right over the top of the block. And the crazy thing, we're talking about the passing of Lotman. It's not like Taylor Sander and Taylor Crabb are serving easy.
Bad.
They're bombing serves at him, and he's just cushioning it.
Like that.
Oh, goodness. You talk about the backspin. That had super backspin on it.
And
Miles had acted like it had no spin.
So the spin creates more velocity and the height of the ball. The higher the ball goes, the faster it falls with the coupled spin. That's wild. And I don't know, maybe you, instead of going with the top spin jump serve with tons of velocity at Paul Lotman, maybe you give him the jump float, right? Because this is a guy that played internationally indoors at the professional rinks. He was a part of the national team. He's used to seeing those intense jump serves coming his way. That's his comfort zone.
Yeah, you know, I wouldn't turn the dial down much at all.
No, I'm just saying just to test it out, change it up.
Yeah, I mean, I'm always about changing it up. It's just, it's miraculous. He's passing like that last ball.
I know.
Would have been an ace against, you know, 9 of 10 other people.
That's an
Miles Partain, mature beyond his years, taking one hard in the face early on and not even flinching, not even slowing down the game. I would at least went back and fixed the back line or something.
Nothing. Did not flinch, did not blink, did not rub his eye.
Beautiful shot by Taylor Crabb. He's locked in on those shots, opting to go around rather than challenge.
Here's a wild number for you, Dane. 4 of 5 men's matches went to 3 sets. Every single one of the women's matches were all sweeps on the weekend.
Short serve results in an ace. But how about that? The change up.
Thank you. Right?
That was a very skilled serve right there by Sander.
So it's not a float serve, that's correct, but he did change the pace of the ball. So it kind of, after so many hard-driven serves at Paul Lotman, it kind of has you sitting on your heels, right? You're ready to take that pace off, and then all of a sudden you have to push forward, roll your weight in order to get that ball. Ooh. In front of you.
Just like that. That's crazy command on the ball that Taylor Sander is showing. We've seen him rip that hard jump serve, then he does a short one, which is so easy to miss. short into the net, but he gets an ace there, and then he goes right back at the high shoulder. So Taylor Sander doing what you said, Cameron, varying the tempo, and it's starting to cause some problems.
And changing the location a little bit there as well. Instead of Lotman having to defend that, it was Miles Partain.
Six to 9, Sander and Crabb with the lead. Very close until Taylor Sander started to vary his serve on the back line, really pinpoint accuracy. It's caused some problems for Paul Lotman. 27 total attacks for Partain, hitting 741. Sander hitting 750, but only 12 attacks. Partain also 22 kills. What was it? 31 kills that he had?
21 and then 31 in a two-set match and then in a three-set. So first round to the semifinal, it was 31.
Yeah, he's getting just so many opportunities because of that option play. Here we are in the third set of the men's championship final. Taylor Sander and Taylor Crabb leading 9-6. They're just 6 points away from the AVP Phoenix title. Taylor Sander back to serve. Option trickler. Again, it falls for Paul Lotman.
That's so frustrating for Taylor Sander. You can see it right there. He feels like he put himself in a good position, and next thing you know, the ball just pops off the top of the net and over the top of his head. Look at that. He's got his hands up thinking maybe I can make a play, but gets redirected.
So make it 9-7. Lotman ripping it right down the middle. Some confusion on the offense here. Can they recover? Yes!
Love the way Sander finds some space right there, working the opposite direction.
Taylor Crabb with a short ball. Beautiful set. Once again, Miles Partain gets his partner up with no block because of the fake option.
I mean, you've got to respect that left hand of Miles Partain. So Crabb and Sander, they shift the defense there, thinking maybe we can slow it down. But then the jump set, yet again, so much pressure.
Challenge Lotman in some time. Trying to go through that block just doesn't seem to work. He puts up such a formidable block.
Check out the timing right here. Nice job. You can see the eye work from Paul Lotman. He's tracking, and then he explodes and then still makes an adjustment up with his hands above the height of the net.
Short serve. Here comes Crabb. He pushes that ball and jousts out of bounds. He's one of the best out there when it comes to jousting.
So good at that play. Understands he just got blocked, knows that Paul Lotman's going to be pressing and moving, looking for another stuff, and he just goes right off the edge.
So it's 11-9, Sander and Crabb with a 2-point lead. This one has gone back and forth. See the first two sets absolutely mirrored at 21-17.
And again, Sander goes with that off speed. It nearly works though. You got Paul Lotman into the sand, forced a really tough pass. He just made a good play. But if you're Crabb and Sander, you gotta feel pretty good right now. The 1-point advantage, you can side out from this point on and just let some of those plays, those option plays, the wild ones from Lotman and Partain, you gotta let those go and just continue to side out one after another.
Great serve by Lotman.
Just like that.
Shot. That's what's been really successful for Taylor Crabb, and he decided to throw in a hit just a few plays ago and paid dearly for it. So it'll be interesting if that's the strategy he stays with, that kind of a, I like to call it a little waterfall shot over the top of the block. By Lotman. Oh, and he can't gather himself at the end. The ball drops a little low, and it ends up right into the net.
Oh, you're going to be feeling this one. And mind you, this is still a tough play because, like you said, the ball dropped really quick. That was a great stab. You got to go hats off for the block from Taylor Sander. Oof.
Inching closer are Taylor Sander and Taylor Crabb. They go to Partain. Partain rips that one right down the middle.
And they run a different offense. You saw him kind of step into that one, taking the pace down just a little bit, or the height of that set, finding the seam.
11, serving 13. 20-year-old Miles Partain, jump float. His target, Taylor Crabb. Crabb with a poke shot. It's dug by Partain. Partain tries a cross court, and it is Taylor Crabb who ends up at the net with the block. How incredible is that?
Monster block from Taylor Crabb as he just puts a house around Paul Lotman on the side switch right there. Great job by our crew to catch that one. Look at this. Full load, right hand. And he says, what? Are you not entertained?
That was an impressive block by Taylor Crabb, and that brings us to championship point here for Taylor Crabb and Taylor Sander here at the AVP Phoenix Championships. Bomb of a serve.
He really goes back to back. Yeah, don't punt that one. You know what that's going to mean.
Taylor Crabb almost with another stuff block for the title. But they'll have a second championship point coming up. Paul Lotman trying to reach in his bag of tricks, come up with a point here. Short ball's dug by Partain, and Lotman puts it away in the deep court. So just like that, it's 13-14.
Well, you mentioned the waterfall shots, those short shots chipping around the block from Taylor Crabb, and that time it's well dug yet again from Miles Partain. So quick with that transition, and I like the composure there from Paul Lotman. We've seen a couple errors just on those open net plays. You get so excited, but take a look. He takes them off here and just finds the open court. Great composure shown by those two.
So a timeout is called. Taylor Sander and Taylor Crabb with a 1-point lead. They are at match point number 3. Lotman and Partain trying to even things up here. Wouldn't this be something? Taylor Sander has never won on the AVP tour. He's actually the only player on the court without an AVP victory. So he's looking for his first, and it's been a bit of a drought for Taylor Crabb. But as a team, they are looking for that first win, and wouldn't this be something special? Crowd absolutely loving it. It has been electric here in Footprint Center in downtown Phoenix. Match ball for Crabb and Sander. The cut shot by Taylor Crabb. Taylor Crabb and Taylor Sander are the AVP Phoenix champions.
A massive those two. And talking to Taylor Crabb prior to this championships, he said, we got better every single tournament. They lost in the final in Chicago. They were so close. He said they're playing some of the best volleyball we have been, and it shows up here in the championships. A long journey through 2022, but it pays off in the end.
And our very own Rich Lamborn, the head coach for the Taylors, finally victorious. It's been a long time coming for these two who have played some spectacular volleyball all season long.
And a little bit of the no-look shot there from Taylor Crabb to close it out. He had a side-out opportunity just before that timeout, and knows he's going to get the ball back, closing it out. A big congrats to that man, earning his first career title as well. Taylor Sander, welcome to the AVP.
Fun to watch. There was so much speculation with this team getting together. How good would they be? Could they win on the AVP tour? Was Sander a good enough blocker? Well, I think they've answered all those questions. The answer is yes. Some of the most spectacular plays that we ever see come out of Taylor Sander.
Such a bright future for those two. So much fun to see that wicked arm, the nasty serve, and then just the steadiness, the consistency from Taylor Crabb. You know he's one of the premier defenders domestically as well as internationally, and he earned this one here in Phoenix.
So there are your champions, Taylor Sander and Taylor Crabb. We'll hear from them after the break.
At Corner Bakery, we're making your choice simple with choose two options every day. Choose two of your favorites and turn a simple lunch into a perfectly paired meal. And we're not talking about a few choose two options. Pair up any sandwich or panini, any cafe fresh salad or warm simmering soup, or any pan sauteed pasta. So many kitchen crafted options, so little time. Your perfect choose two combination is waiting at the Corner Bakery.
Dear mainland, aloha. My brother and I hear that most of you only disable your phones when you fly. You call it airplane mode. But maybe you don't have to get on a plane to get away, yeah? Allow my brother to demonstrate. You know what we call this? Kona mode. One life, right? Mahalo.
Longboard Island Lager and Big Wave Golden Ale from Kona Brewing.
Back in downtown Phoenix in the Footprint Center, the men's championship final is in the books, and Taylor Sander and Taylor Crabb are victorious. Taking a look at the final stats, Cameron, that was quite the matchup.
Oh man, was that not so fun here in the end of 2022, the season that has just been spectacular. So much parity, and it continues now with Taylor Crabb and Taylor Sander picking up their first title in 2022. And you gotta love the numbers there. They actually were out-hit in this one, but ultimately it came down to that third set where they were the victorious ones.
Well, let's check in with the champions. Let's go down to the sand to Mark Sherman.
Taylor and Taylor, AVP champions here in Phoenix. My man, you just got win number one. You were unleashing from the service line and at the net that entire match.
Hey Taylor, I don't even think I needed to be on the court. That guy did fucking everything.
Everything, literally. I mean, talk about what it felt like. You're indoors, you're on some jumpy sand, your shoulder on fire. You didn't miss anything. Dude, fantastic.
Thank you, Phoenix. Thank you. No, super blessed to get this win. It means a lot to me. Moving from indoor, getting my first beach win in an indoor arena. It's pretty crazy. AVP, I think we should have some more tournaments in arenas like this. That was pretty awesome, so thank you, AVP. I want to say thank you to Taylor. It's been a crazy season. A lot of hard losses, a lot of good wins. We just kept battling. Taylor's one of the best players in the world. I'm lucky to call him my partner. It's honestly so fun to play with him. So Without him, we wouldn't be here first place. But thank you to our sponsors, Waiakea, Ogio, TNNS, Maui Brewing, and then, yeah, me and Taylor and our friend John are starting a clothing brand, strictly activewear. It's called Meiakai. So guys, go follow it. We're gonna bring out some good stuff. Thank you guys so much. I'll stop talking. It's my first time I've got to talk on the mic, so I want to just keep talking. Let's go party.
I am obligated to ask Taylor Crabb a question also. Taylor, that was fantastic. No, it's all right. Taylor, you team up with Taylor Sander. A lot of people are like, we don't know what we're going to get out of Taylor coming onto the beach from indoor. You've stuck with him this whole time. You guys have had a great year. You've had a lot of, like you said, a lot of tough losses in the finals, but you power through. You get the win. What's it like playing with your buddy Taylor? You can hold it if you want. I don't care.
I mean, I grew up with this guy since we were 14, 15 years old, so I knew what I was going to get. And now everybody else knows what they're going to get.
And we're not done, are we?
We're not done.
I love it. Ladies and gentlemen, Taylor and Taylor on top of the podium for the first time together. And yes, it is party time, Taylor. It is party time. Ladies and gentlemen, watching at home and here in Phoenix, what a fantastic weekend we have had. It has been so good to be back, and for me, my first time at an AVP here in Phoenix. Thank all of you, for DJ Ruche, for Josh, for Jeff, producer Daniel, and Kim, and Vanessa, and Tina, and Andrew, and Ryan, the whole crew here at the AVP. Thank all of you.
Well, congratulations to the Taylors, Taylor Sander and Taylor Crabb, their first victory as a team, and it has got to feel good. They are going to be partying tonight here in Phoenix as they win the AVP Phoenix Championships. Well, we'd be remiss if we did not acknowledge Greg Lee. The AVP and the volleyball community lost a legend in losing Greg Lee this past Wednesday. He was inducted into the Beach Volleyball Hall of Fame in '97, had 29 total victories to his name, the biggest feat, winning 13 consecutive open tournaments with Jim Mangus, and he also played on the UCLA basketball team, winning 2 national championships under the tutelage of John Wooden. Greg Lee is survived by his wife Lisa, his son Ethan, his daughter Jessamine, and of course his brother John Lee. The AVP also, and volleyball community also, lost the legendary Marvelous Marvin Hall, arguably the most entertaining referee of all time, doing his dancing. He was a good friend of mine, and he was always the life of the party, but most importantly, he had the biggest heart and always wanted to put on a good show. Marvin, may you rest in peace. That'll do it here in Phoenix for the 2022 AVP Phoenix Championships. Congratulations to Taylor Crabb and Taylor Sander, as well as Taryn Clough and Kristen Nuss. For Mark Sherman and Cameron Irwin and the entire Echo crew, I'm Dane Blanton. We will see you on the beach.